Vikings?
Yes, I did. They're right. They're right. Here. Here, do you want to read them off?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, to Seaman High School, as we have the Lady Vikes versus the Junior Blues visiting here at the Seaman High School's gymnasium. I am Aaron McGill.
And I am Ryan Zielsdorf, bringing you the coverage here as we go over the starters for the Vikes and the the Junior Blues. Reagan Kramer starting for the Vikes, along with Megan Skoke, Cameron Turner, Chloe Carter, and Taylor Russell. And on the other side of the ball, Emma Kruger, Carly Batchelor, Shelby Ebert, Riley Bagshaw, and Casey Hamilton. It's looking to be a great lineup as Carly Batchelor's 6 foot, and Seaman doesn't have anybody on the roster over 6 foot, so this should be an interesting ball game here as we start the national anthem. As we said, welcome to Seaman High School.
So Ryan, both teams very good this season so far. What do you think is going to be the key matchup for this team, one of the teams, to pull out with the victory tonight?
With Washburn Rural here having a very big lineup, the height should provide a great defensive force against the Vikings. So the Vikings are going to have to play big with what they have and just really try to score the ball down low, because you can't get every shot from outside the arc. However, that's how KU gets all their points, but, you know.
Well, this isn't college basketball. This is high school basketball.
You are correct with that. We got girls varsity basketball here, a solid student section, as there's no boys game following this, a little bit later than most girls game. It's kind of a one-night game here. Have it all focused on girls basketball tonight, as the teams are getting ready to hit the floor.
Yeah, we're about to have tip-off in just this moment here. Okay.
As the teams are in the huddles, getting ready to come out onto the court here. You got to think that Coach Tinsley's energizing his team to send out against a tough Washburn Rural squad.
Yeah, and both teams need a victory here tonight if they want to stay alive in the Centennial League.
Bordowich, the head coach for the Junior Blues.
Now tip-off just a moment away. We have Cameron Turner actually tipping the ball for the Vikes.
Blue Jays corral the rebound here, bringing it up the floor. Taylor Russell playing some tight defense down low, kicking it back out to the top. Driving inside, met by Taylor Russell inside. Chloe Carter tries to defend it, but the bucket is good by Carly Batchelor.
Yeah, great defense there by the Vikings, but the Junior Blues able to drive in there and get the bucket.
Cameron Turner kicks it outside to Megan Skoke for three. And just off the mark, Megan Skoke, a snowball candidate for 2019. Excited about that, I'm sure.
Yeah, her fellow senior peers nominated five boys and 5 girls for the snowball king and queen candidate, but that is going to be on February 1st this year is when when both king and queen are announced.
Cameron Turner hacks her defender on that play, sends the Junior Blues to the free throw line as Batchelor makes her first of 2. Scores 3-0 with 7:10 in the first. Second free throw is good for Batchelor, and she currently has all 4 of the Junior Blue points. Megan Skoke trying to corral the ball as Reagan Kramer takes it to the top of the key. Over to Cameron Turner on the left side, drives inside, dishes it right to Chloe Carter. Makes a jab step, drives inside, kicks it back out to Cameron Turner, over to Taylor Russell. Takes it with the left hand, drives inside, can't get the layup to go. Gets her own rebound, kicks it out to Chloe Carter, who resets the play, drives inside, and the layup is good. Chloe Carter with a little Euro step there to get the first bucket for the Lady Vikes.
Great defense there by the Junior Blues, but Chloe Carter able to get her own rebound and kick it out for 2.
Risky pass there by the Blue Jays as Megan Skoke almost intercepts it. Cameron Turner with some great defense on the left side, and Reagan Kramer's going to steal that. Makes a move to her right, drives inside. It's a fast break, just off the mark on the layup, and the Blue Jays Junior Blues get the rebound. Bucket is good. The left-hand hook, Emma Kruger.
Very fast pace for the Junior Blues so far. Not really letting the Vikings to set up any defense.
Ball stolen away there by the Junior Blues. Bucket goes inside. Kruger with almost the and one. Chloe Carter picks up the foul. And she'll be going to the line shooting 2.
Like I said, fast pace. The Junior Blues pass it pretty much across the court to get the easy layup, but not able to get the layup, but going to the board to shoot 2. Sorry, the free throw line to shoot 2.
First free throw on the way. Just off the front rim. Score is still 6-2 here with 6 minutes remaining in the first. Second free throw is good. Bottom of the net for Kruger. 7-2. As Reagan Kramer brings it up the floor. Switches to her left. Kicks it over to Cameron Turner, who drives inside. Risky pass to Taylor Russell, and it's going to, they're going to give her the travel.
Didn't really see a travel there. I just saw her move her arms around, but maybe the ref see her move her feet.
Junior Blues giving the ball across the key. And the floater just off the mark as she gets her own rebound. Back out wide open 3 is good. Shelby Ebert with her first points of the game knocks down the 3. And we head to our first timeout with the score 10-2. 5:18 remaining here in the first. Not the start the Lady Vikes wanted.
Yeah, and the Lady Vikes have been pretty much every other possession has been a turnover. You know, they've been really good this season creating turnovers, but right now they've given up many turnovers already.
Both sides of the ball playing great defense. Just one team is not offensively succeeding here, and that would be the Lady Vikes. Same lineups coming out on the floor. Cameron Turner to bring the ball down. Immediately met at half court. Dishes it over to Chloe Carter. Passes up on the free throw line jumper. Cameron Turner drives inside, kicks it back out to Chloe Carter. Drives in with her right and puts up a tough layup and is fouled. Carly Batchelor there to pick up her first foul. Chloe Carter to the free throw line shooting 2. First free throw off the front rim, backboard and in. Nonetheless, that's 1 point for the Vikings. Second free throw is good, making the score a little bit more reasonable here. 10-4 with 4:53 left in the first. Drives inside, kicks it out. Another 3. Just grows legs and crawls in there for Emma Kruger. And that increases the lead to 13-4. It's already a 9-point deficit.
That was a good pass by the Junior Blues there, trying to find the open person outside the arc and able to get the 3.
Chloe Carter may have been robbed there on a foul, but nonetheless, Junior Blues drive inside, and that's a bucket by Casey Hamilton, her first points of the game, as Cameron Turner brings the ball down with a head of steam, drives inside with the left hand, just off the mark on the layup, and the Junior Blues are back hauling down the floor, and is hacked by Cameron Turner, but they're not going to call. They're going to give it all ball, and it's going to stay with the Junior Blues.
Yeah, one problem already is that the Lady Vikes are not getting offensive rebounds. You know, about every other possession they've had, the Junior Blues have gotten the rebound.
Junior Blues just kind of slow and steady here on this possession, trying to get a basket. Switches to her right, drives inside, and gets the layup to go. Carly Batchelor with her with another bucket, increased the lead to 13 already. As the Vikes miss another bucket, Chloe Carter pressing down the floor. As we got 3 Vikings here ready to check in. Another 3 on the way, just off the mark for the Junior Blues. And Reagan Kramer's going to give it up to Chloe Carter. The fast break layup is no good, but there is a foul called on Emma Kruger. That's her first, I believe.
Yeah, and this lead by the Junior Blues is getting, well, this game already is getting really out of hand with a 13-point lead already.
First free throw is no good for Chloe Carter. She's been struggling from the free throw line tonight. Maddie Steiner and Sophie Sparks checking in for Megan Skoke and Reagan Kramer. Chloe Carter with the second free throw good as Riley Cowan comes into the game for Chloe Carter. 17-5 here with 3:24 remaining in the first. As Sophie Sparks is playing that tight defense up the floor. Riley Cowan meets her there. Just loses the ball, and they're going to give that with the Blue Jays. With the Junior Blues. Cameron Turner swipes that one away, and it goes out of bounds, stays with the Junior Blues.
Yeah, and this small set by the Vikes is really hurting them, as they really can't get up and get any rebounds.
Sophie Sparks playing some tight defense here. Almost steals the ball away again. The Vikes are just it's not working out for them right now, but Cameron Turner steals on the fast break, goes sliding across the floor. Fans want to travel, and they're going to get a jump ball. She slid across the floor like it was a slip and slide, and they're not going to call that a travel.
It's going to stay it's going to be the Vikes ball, though. It's going to be a turnover for the Junior Blues.
As Aaron said, the ball will stay with the Vikes. So nonetheless, I guess it all works out. Cameron Turner driving inside, kicks it over to Taylor Kramer. Almost loses the ball, but saves it. Pull-up jumper is good. Taylor Russell with her first points of the game. 17-7 here with 2:30 remaining in the first.
Junior Blues here, very fast-paced all through this quarter.
Junior Blues kicking the ball around. With a pass down low. Layup no good, but there's a foul on Taylor Russell. Not happy with that call. As Chloe Carter looks to check into the game. Chloe Carter checking in for Cameron Turner. Second free throw on the way here. Free throw is good for Carly Batchelor, increasing the lead to 12 with 2:15 remaining here in the first. Riley Cowan looking who to pass to, finds Taylor Russell as she drives inside and turns the ball over, and that's Junior Blues ball.
Like I said, Vikes are already having a big problem with turnovers this quarter.
Cameron Turner checking in for Taylor Russell. They're going to play small ball here. As Sophie Sparks playing tight defense once again. Cameron Turner meets her defender, playing great defense, swats it away. And Maddie Steiner with the steal, keeps it alive, dishes it off to Sophie Sparks, who slows down the fast break and turns the ball over. Didn't see her defender coming.
Yeah, not
That's
a good
the Junior
pass.
Blues driving inside.
Not a good pass there.
Fans want a backcourt violation, but the refs aren't going to give it to them. Student section going wild here. All four of them at the moment. And that one's going to go out of bounds. Stay with the Junior Blues. Shelby Witchman checking into the game for Riley Bagshaw. Riley Cowan playing some tight defense here. Dishes it over. Maddie Steiner with contests the shot. No good on the jumper. Trying to work down low. Carly Batchelor can't get it to go. Gets the ball back, drives inside, and just off the mark on the layup, hits the side of the rim. Chloe Carter brings it down the floor with a head of steam. Driving inside, layup swatted away. They're going to give that all ball. Casey Hamilton dishes it down low to Carly Batchelor for the layup. And it is now 21-7 with 41 seconds here left in the first. Cameron Turner makes a move. Jumper by Riley Cowan is no good, just off the front of the rim.
Yeah, and the Vikes are already getting back there with really no help on getting that rebound. Not good.
Trying to work for a shot there is Batchelor. Chloe Carter swatting that ball away from Casey Hamilton. As Megan Skoke and Reagan Kramer check back into the game for Cameron Turner and Sophie Sparks. 17 seconds remaining here. Pass goes, it's a full length of the floor pass there.
Junior Blues just trying to shoot for the last shot here.
Casey Hamilton with the ball. They're going to trust her just off the mark on the layup, and the layup is no good. And we're going to send this down to our sideline reporter, Josh Duncan. Josh, what are we seeing down there?
We saw a lot of defensive intensity by the Vikings in that first quarter. Lots of steals, some of those converted for points on turnovers. A good half overall defensively for the Vikings, but with that being said, Washburn leads this one 21-7. They are tripling Seaman right now, so it'll be interesting to see how this goes forward into the second quarter. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Josh. Great sideline reporter there. He is also the weatherman for our SVTV department. Once again, thank you, Josh, for that report.
Yeah, great weatherman here at Seaman High School for us, but doing sideline tonight.
Taylor Russell coming back onto the floor for the Vikes. Has really been filling in that gap that she did not fill when she was out with her injury. She is back and better than ever. As we begin the second quarter here, 21-7, Junior Blues.
Yeah, and both teams can make some adjustments. starting the second quarter.
Lady Vikes playing a 2-1-2 defense here. As Reagan Kramer playing some tight defense on the Junior Blues here. Three-pointer is no good by Casey Hamilton. But the Junior Blues are going to get their own rebound, and the bucket is good by Carly Batchelor, who's just been tearing it up down low.
Yeah, the Vikes couldn't find the ball, and it pretty much lands into a Junior Blues hands.
Reagan Kramer dishing it over to Megan Skoke. Taylor Russell gives it off to Riley Poulter. Just off the front rim, Junior Blues rebound. Fast break pass, slows it down, tries giving it back, and that's going to be corralled by Shelby Ebert as Reagan Kramer with the steal. Fast break layup is good. Rattles out in.
Yeah, the Vikes have been very good tonight well, not tonight, but this season in general on getting steals.
Carly Batchelor knocks down that three-pointer. The 6-footer can shoot threes and work it down low. Scoring a majority of their points here this evening. Chloe Carter looking for someone to pass to, finds Reagan Kramer. She drives inside, gets it swatted away, and that's going to be a jump ball. It's going to fall in possession with the Lady Vikes as Cameron Turner checks into the game for Riley Poulter. (26-9) here. 6:30 remaining in the second. Reagan Kramer trying to run a slow-paced offense here. Megan Skoke dishes it back to Reagan. Reagan taking it back to the top of the key, trying to reset the play. Finds Chloe Carter. Taylor Russell down low. Kicks it back out to Chloe Carter. Great defense here by the Junior Blues as Cameron Turner finds a seam and gets the bucket to go. 2 points for Cameron Turner.
Yeah, Turner able to find the holes in the defense there and get the easy bucket.
Casey Hamilton looks for Emma Kruger. Hamilton back with the ball. Dishes it over. 3-pointers just off the mark for Shelby Ebert.
And the Junior Blues have been pretty good shooting threes tonight. I think they're about I believe they're 3 and 5.
And Chloe Carter's going to get called with the travel there. Knew she did it as soon as she did it. She's caught red-handed. Junior Blues bringing the ball up here. Met immediately by Megan Skoke. Taylor Russell, great defense. And that's going to be a charge. Taylor Russell gets the charge, and she's hyping herself up. (26-11) here with 5:30 remaining in the second. Cameron Turner bringing the ball up slow. Taylor Russell with the pick. Gives it over to Chloe Carter with a contested three just off the front rim, and they can't get anything to go from behind the arc.
No, the Vikes have been 0 for 4 for threes tonight.
Casey Hamilton dishes it over to Carly Batchelor, who can't get the bucket to go, but finds Riley Bagshaw for the and-one layup. Cameron Turner going to pick up the foul, and she can't believe it. There's going to be a timeout here with 4:55 remaining, 28-11. When we come back, we will have free throws for you here at Seaman High School. as we're coming back here for more basketball action. Mr. Guitar Hero over there shredding away. Riley Bagshaw up to hit a free throw to complete the three-point play here. Free throw is no good off the right side, and it will remain 28-11 here with 4:50 remaining.
Vikes really got to get something going on these next couple of possessions if they want to get back in this.
Maddie Steiner driving inside, kicks it out to Taylor Russell. Foul's going to be called on Riley Bagshaw. Shelby Ebert checking into the game. Emma Kruger coming out. Chloe Carter to inbound. Gets it in. Taylor Russell, the jumper off the backboard is no good. As the Junior Blues bring the ball up, Chloe Carter with some great pressing defense there.
Yeah, and the Vikes really need to press because they really need a turnover here.
Three-pointer is just off the mark for Kempo Bagshaw, the sister to Riley Bagshaw. Reagan Kramer drives inside, can't get anything to go, kicks it back out to Maddie Steiner. Taylor Russell with a nice move, driving inside, and gets it stolen away, but that is going to be out of bounds on the Junior Blues Viking possession. As Anderson checks into the game here for the Vikes. Taylor Russell coming out of the game.
Vikes able to move the ball around a little bit, trying to find this open shot. Chloe Carter double team there, try to shoot it up, but the Junior Blues come down with the rebound.
Chloe Carter playing that press defense that she's been playing all night. Reagan Kramer with some great defense there. Megan Skoke defending two players there at once. Maddie Steiner playing some tight D. Finds the open seam for the Junior Blues, but they're not going to take advantage of it. And the layup is good by Casey Hamilton, increasing the lead to 30-11 here with 3:19 remaining in the second. That's going to go out of bounds there in possession of the Junior Blues. Turnover there for the Vikes. Casey Hamilton switches direction. Tries going over Reagan Kramer, but Reagan Kramer there with some great defense as Maddie Steiner steals the ball away. 1-on-1 fast break. Maddie Steiner left-handed layup is no good, but she is fouled by Shelby Ebert. Shelby's first foul. Fifth team foul as Maddie Steiner goes to the free throw line to shoot two. Sophie Sparks checking into the game for Chloe Carter. We're going to send it down to Josh Duncan with the sideline report here. Josh, what are we seeing down here with this pressing defense here and this offensive moves?
Well, the Vikes have many opportunities here. They're just not converting them very well. Right now you can see Washburn Rural playing with quite the intensity. Seaman also playing good defense, but they just haven't been able to make points in this second quarter, really this half as a whole so far. So it's quite a bit of fouls in this game, but you can see the scoreboard, 30-11, Washburn Rural leading this. So yeah, it's brutal down here on the sideline. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Josh, and that is correct. Can't get anything to go here.
Yeah, the Vikes not able to really capitalize on their offensive possessions, really ending in turnovers.
As the Blue Jays were able to get that layup, as the Junior Blues were able to get that layup. We played Junction City shortly ago, and with the blue jerseys, it's quite hard to tell if they're the Blue Jays or the Junior Blues.
Well, they also have blue in their name, so.
Emma Kruger checking into the game here. as Anderson comes back to the bench for Riley Poulter. Junior Blues here absolutely dominating this game. However, Megan Skoke steals the ball away. Fast break layup is good. Gets it to go. Megan Skoke may have sparked a run here, depending on what the Vikes do with it.
They need to do a lot more of that if they want to get back in this game.
Junior Blues really staying top of the arc here, but they do kick it down low, and the layup is good by Shelby Ebert. Just absolutely obliterating the Vikes here down low, getting a lot of their points down low. However, they are getting a good amount of their points from behind the arc. As Sophie Sparks drives inside, just off the mark there on the layup. Junior Blues with the rebound.
Yeah, the bucket's not able to fall for the Vikes tonight, and when they do shoot it, it doesn't fall, and then when they don't shoot it, it normally gets stolen.
Both Bagshaw sisters on the floor right now. You gotta think that's fun for this organization. As Sophie Sparks tips it out of the way. Taylor Russell checking into the game.
Great defense there by Sophie Sparks, getting her whole body around her defender and knocking that out of bounds.
Shelby Wickham and Casey Hamilton checking back in as Megan Skoke goes to the bench for the Vikes. Casey Hamilton inbound. Emma Kruger passes up the open jumper. Casey Hamilton drives inside, and the floater is good. 50 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. It is 36-13. It is going to be very hard for this Lady Vikes squad to come back, even though we are not even at halftime yet. Reagan Kramer with a tough layup, getting that to go.
Yeah, keeping that ball away from the defender, just driving all the way to the basket.
Wide open jumper there. Missed by Emma Kruger as Chloe Carter bringing the ball up the floor. Dishes it over to Reagan Kramer. Could have shot the three there, but passed up. Turning the ball over once again. Shelby Ebert corralling that one, but then turns it back over to Reagan Kramer as we count down 7 seconds here. Chloe Carter gives it over to Taylor Russell. The jumper is no good. Chloe Carter with the steal just heaves it up. Can't get that to go, and that's going to be the end of the half. We're going to send it down to Josh Duncan once again as we go into halftime here. Josh, what are your thoughts on this first half with defensive stops, offensive conversions? So Josh, going into this halftime, what are your thoughts on just the stops and the turnovers and the shooting behind the arc for the Junior Blues? Hello. Hello. You're good. Hello and welcome back to Seaman High School. We're here back for some lady basketball action here as we enter the third quarter, 36-15. And we have flip side of the court, but it doesn't matter. Casey Hamilton is continuing to knock down shots and gets that first jumper to go.
I know it's only a minute into the second half, but the Vikes already need to be playing with some urgency, down by this much. Hopefully Tinsley made some halftime adjustments so they can come out and start chopping away at this Washburn Rural lead.
Chloe Carter misses the three there. Junior Blues knocking it out of bounds, so it stays with the Lady Vikes. Chloe Carter looking for the inbound, finds Reagan Kramer, gives it back to Carter. Kicks it out to Cameron Turner. Drives inside. Chloe Carter for three. Second try is no good. Off the front of the rim and back iron and out. Megan Skoke with some great defense on the turnaround. Riley Bagsdale kicks it over to Carly Batchelor, and they're going to give a foul there. Or they're going to give it a travel. Nonetheless, it is Lady Vikes basketball here.
One of the points Coach Tinsley was talking about on the sideline was getting the Vikings to communicate better. So it'll be interesting to see if they will be better as a team as a whole if they're able to communicate and talk better and decide where the ball needs to go. And we'll see how that plays out here in the second half.
Lady Vikes have been driving inside a lot recently here to start the half. Maybe looking for some free throws, some easy points here to crawl back into the lead. Taylor Russell knocks down the first free throw, making it a 22-point game.
Anything helps.
Taylor Russell gets the second one to go. Now it's a 21-point game, and hey, if K-State can come back from a 21-point deficit in the second half, so can the Lady Vikes. However, there's a layup there. Casey Hamilton. Cameron Turner dishes it out to Reagan Kramer. The jumper is in. That's a good bucket there by Reagan Kramer, taking advantage of the open shot.
It initially looked like it was going to be a three, but she stumbled forward, so it ended up being a long two there.
Double teaming there, Megan Skoke and Reagan Kramer. Great defense.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be a timeout for the Lady Vikes there, and Tinsley loses the marker there. Can't quite pick it up. Megan Skoke helps her out there. So far, we've definitely seen an intensity from the Lady Vikes trying to get buckets to go. Chloe Carter, if she could knock down a three, it could be a little bit closer. Vikes just can't capitalize on these open shots, and shots are putting up. Just keep rattling in and out. However, on the other side of the ball, the Junior Blues are getting everything to go on their side, as it is a rather high-scoring game for them for a high school basketball game. Already 40 points with 5:48 remaining here in the third.
Again, our score, 40-19.
And McCruger to inbound there. Carly Batchelor with the ball. The 6-footer drives inside, dishes it down low, and is fouled by Chloe Carter. Riley Bagshaw going to the free throw line to shoot two.
Fouls on Chloe Carter, her second personal team foul, number 1.
21-point game here, 40-19, as Josh said. Riley there, good with the free throw. The oldest of the Bagshaw sisters, the junior. Second free throw way off the mark there. Almost missed the rim as Megan Skoke brings the ball up for the Lady Vikes. Sits at the top of the key, dishes it over to Reagan Kramer. Chloe Carter with the ball. Finds Cameron Turner. Taylor Russell taking advantage. Megan Skoke makes a couple moves, but turns the ball over. Carly Batchelor bringing it down the floor. Makes a transitional move. And they're just going to reset.
That previous possession took way too long for the Vikings just to end up in a turnover. They need to be moving quickly and scoring.
That is a good point, Josh. And it doesn't help that Batchelor just makes the layup there, increasing the lead. You can't not score and then have the other team continue to score. Doesn't work that way. As Batchelor swats Chloe Carter's shot away, Batchelor bringing it up the floor. And Chloe Carter saves the ball. Reagan Kramer with the ball. Bringing it up the floor, first one. Up the court, finds Taylor Russell, passes up on the jumper. Megan Skoke for three. No good, and that's going to just hobble out of bounds there, and that's going to go to the Junior Blues. Coach Tinsley not happy with what his team is producing right now as Riley Cowan comes in for Taylor Russell.
Well, I know you hate to take those lower percentage shots like those contested three-pointers, but at this point in the game, it almost seems necessary for the Vikes to even have a chance to get back in this one.
It is a 24-point game with 4:22 remaining and third. Floater's good by Casey Hamilton, and this thing is getting out of hand very quick. Chloe Carter for another three. Gets this one to go. It is 45-22 with 4:05 remaining here in the third as they go into the timeout. Got to keep the momentum going. That three could spark something, as it is a 23-point game here.
The student section has lost a little bit of its energy, but they're still hanging in there.
The population has decreased. Very low energized game here, as some would call this a blowout.
Looks like the Vikes will be opting out of full court press,
which you think you'd kind of need at this point. However, we are still in the third quarter. Megan Skoke on the floor for the ball. Cameron Turner fighting for the ball, and that's going to be a travel as the Junior Blues. Shelby Ebert is not happy with that one.
If we do have a jump ball in the near future, arrow is toward the Vikings right now.
Maddie Steiner drives inside, gives it to Riley Cowan. The floater is just off the mark, and she gets her own rebound, but turns the ball over back to Batchelor. Full head of steam, Casey Hamilton is fouled. Could have capitalized the layup there easily, but just off the mark, and she knew it too.
Again, wasted opportunities on both teams, but Seaman just needs theirs more.
It's just very frustrating as a team to have the talent but just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I mean, you wonder what could be the cause of this. You think team preparation possibly. Obviously, the Junior Blues just having an amazing night as well, so that definitely plays into it.
I know this goes a long way back, but the Vikes are without Katia Mayfield, who was a huge factor for them earlier in the season. No longer on the roster, so they got to fill those spots, which could be part of the problem. As Hamilton knocks down two free throws there. The first one was kind of a circus shot. Megan Skoke making a couple moves. Almost loses the ball, but retains her possession. Cameron Turner looked like a travel there, and they are going to call it, as time is diminishing here at Seaman High School. Cheerleaders haven't had much to cheer about here as of late.
Something else interesting to note is that the Junior Blues have 4 players, 5'10" and over, where Seaman only has 2.
Bucket no good there by Batchelor. Hamilton driving inside. Kicks it over to Conklin. Hamilton dishes it over and turns the ball over. They dive back on the ball. Hamilton looking for it, and there's going to be a foul called on Chloe Carter.
Seaman preparing for a mass substitution as 4 Lady Vikes come in.
Riley Poulter, Sophie Sparks, Reagan Kramer, and Taylor Russell come in from Maddie Steiner, Megan Skoke, Chloe Carter, and Riley Cowan.
Cameron Turner, the only one that stays.
Even though Cameron is not a big man, she really does fill that role, as she does have jump ball and plays a good amount of down low time. And they're fighting for it down low. Riley Poulter comes up for it, and that's going to be a jump ball in possession of the Lady Vikes. Shelby Wichman checking into the game for Riley Bagshaw, who has played a huge role here in the second half as we approach 2:25, 47-22 Junior Blues. Reagan Kramer trying to get something to go. She falls to the floor, and that's going to be a turnover as it goes out of bounds. Reagan Kramer not happy with that at all. Personal mistakes like that really hurt you as just a player and affects the team mood.
Yeah, I mean, there have been a lot of turnovers.
Cameron Turner with the steal there, and the fast break layup is good. Great effort there by Emma Kroger to get up and almost swat that ball away. Tip pass there by Riley Poulter. Reagan Kramer with some good defense there. Cameron Turner comes in to help. Layup no good. Cameron Turner with the rebound finds Riley Poulter. Can she get to the ball in time? Yes, she does, but it's going to go out of bounds. Stay with the Vikings. Student section getting hype, trying to create some energy here to get the team rolling, as they are down 47-24, 1:40 remaining in the third. Reagan Kramer with the ball finds Riley Poulter. Gives it over to Sophie Sparks. Cameron Turner finds Riley Poulter for the wide open jumper. The bank is open. That bank shot goes in for Riley Poulter, making it only a 21-point game with a minute remaining here in the third, as the Junior Blues are losing sight. But Casey Hamilton gets hit in the face, but the layup is good. No foul called. Reagan Kramer bringing it down, takes it herself. Almost the and one lay. Oh, but they're going to give it a charge. Coach Tinsley not happy with that one at all. Reagan Kramer picks up the foul there. Could have get a wide open three-pointer there, but Reagan Kramer passes up on it and takes it up herself. Almost had a three-point play of her own.
Assistant coach Mr. Alexander also not happy with that call being a charge.
Casey Hamilton dishes the ball off to Carly Batchelor, who we haven't seen much of here in the second half, as she misses the layup there. But putback layup is good by Emma Kruger, as we approach 25 seconds remaining here in the third. Sense of urgency going into the quarter break here. Sophie Sparks looking to pass the ball off to Taylor Russell. Driving inside, makes a move. Can't get the layup to go, misses all of that one. Conklin driving inside, Casey Hamilton with the ball, can't get it to go. Putback layup, no good, and we're going into the third here. As we can see, just a great way to end the quarter. However, a sense of urgency as we are down by 25 points. Nothing good coming from this. But you got to have a sense of urgency as you go into the fourth quarter, down 25, almost a lost cause at this point, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we always hate to call it early here, but this has just been total domination by Washburn Rule. And then I kind of want to think, going forward, what do you think Seaman needs to practice in the rest of this week?
I think they've been playing decent, and I think they'll do well against other teams. It's just this team right now has been a struggle for them. Shooting's just been a problem for them tonight. However, as you were mentioning, a lost cause, this thing has really been over since the second quarter. Jumped out to a lead, a huge lead, having it be 10-2 already in the first quarter. Vikes just haven't really been able to come back from this, and it's just sparked an insanity here at Seaman High School as the Vikes look to come back here in the fourth quarter. We send it to the court for the fourth quarter. Here's we inbound with the Junior Blues. Casey Hamilton bringing the ball up. Oh, and Megan Skoke hits the ground hard, hits her head on the floor. And she is shooken up by that. I could hear that all the way from up here.
Looks like that really hurt. Ouch. She is up, though. That is good news.
Coach Tinsley walking all the way to her, over to her on the floor. But Skoke, tough like she is, continues to play. As you can tell, that really hurt her, holding back tears. Blue Jays, Junior Blues trying to get something to go here. And Cameron Turner swats that away, and that goes out of bounds. Stays with the Junior Blues, though. Reagan Kramer checks in for Megan Skoke. Coach Tinley may be trying to see if Megan is absolutely 100% okay. Definitely can't have her missing the rest of the season.
All the Seaman players up off the bench to give her a high five.
She may have to go through some concussion protocol there later this week. Cameron Turner with a nice swat.
Cameron Turner.
Looking like Barry Brown out there. She brings it down the floor and gets the floater to go. Now that was Barry Brown right there. Big 12 player of the week, as that's going to be an and one by Carly Batchelor. Can't get a break in the game here for the Vikings, as Batchelor will go to the free throw line to shoot one, trying to complete this three-point play here.
You know, when you talk about Cameron Turner, she is only a sophomore, and she has had a good night tonight. Regardless of the team's struggle overall, Cameron Turner has performed quite well down the stretch.
Reagan Kramer dishes it over to Maddie Steiner. Cameron Turner, like you said, yeah, has just been performing immensely here for the Vikes this evening, as Riley Cowan gets the jumper to go, making it only a 23-point game here, which in some eyes isn't out of hand, but if you look at the time here, we only have 6:45 here remaining in the fourth. Nearly out of hand here. I would almost call it over at this point.
Well, the lead has gotten down to 21 a few times in the second half, but the Vikes just haven't been able to cut it down much more than that. So, yeah, it's a real struggle this game is for the Vikes, and give all the credit to Washburn Rural. They have just been dominating on the court tonight.
Junior Blues have just been dominating the series tonight, JV and varsity, as the Junior Blues JV team defeated the Vikes here at home, looking to go back-to-back here. Cameron with some great defense at the top. Dishes it over to Hamilton. Cameron Turner with another steal, going up for the layup, and it is good. Cameron Turner really coming in clutch here for the Vikes. Don't know where they'd be without her.
Oh. We talk about a
great defense there by Cameron Turner.
We talk about the Seaman boys team, and if you have been watching us, Trey Duffy, quite the player for them. Definitely a team leader. Could almost say the same about Cameron Turner for the girls team. Obviously not the same position. She's not a big girl inside, but just her athletic ability proves to be very beneficial to this team throughout the season.
The boys team will be traveling on the road to Wichita to compete in the Valley Center tournament this week, leaving Thursday to go down there for a few days to see if they can bring home that Valley Center title.
Of course, there have been some concerns regarding the weather forecast for that trip. A winter storm product to enter the area sometime late Friday into Saturday. So we'll see how that plays out.
That could also affect the Chiefs game.
It'll be cold. It'll be cold.
But back to action here. Reagan Kramer dishes it over to Riley Cowan. And they're going to pick up the foul there on Riley Bagshaw. Not too concerned with that foul, knowing that they are up 23 points. Reagan Kramer to inbound, finds Maddie Steiner there for the three. Gets that to go. Maddie Steiner with a huge three, making it a 20-point game, and we haven't seen it been this close in a long time.
Oh. We talk about fouls, too. Keep in mind, Washburn rule is in the bonus already. That means 1-1 for any future fouls. Seaman, on the other hand, is not.
And the jumper is good there by Carly Batchelor, not helping the Vikes case at all. Cameron Turner at the top of the key makes a move, dishes it over to Riley Cowan. Another jumper to go. Riley Cowan, the sophomore, getting some buckets to go here in the fourth. And that's going to be a turnover on the Junior Blues. Miscommunication there between Hamilton and Ebert.
So, does Seaman have the power to cut it down under 20?
We do still have 4:45 remaining. Anything could happen at this point. Maddie Steiner for another three. Just off the mark. Air ball's a little bit long there as Sophie Sparks playing that press defense.
Running back very quickly.
She is a soccer player.
She has hustle.
Reagan Kramer bringing the ball up. Finds Sophie Sparks. The jumper is no good. Can't get it to go as Hamilton corrals the rebound.
I would not have been able to take that shot. She just sprinted down the court and then jump shot. Whew.
I know you are a weatherman, Josh, not a basketball player. Kruger gets the layup to go there.
And the lead is back to 22.
However, a three here could get it under 20.
That is true.
Sophie Sparks almost turns the ball over there, but they're going to call a foul on Batchelor before the turnover there.
And as of late, we have been seeing more three-point attempts than two-point attempts from the Vikings for obvious reasons. But at this point, getting a little bit too late for much of that hope to be left anyway.
A mass substitution there for them, both teams.
Vikings had an extra player in, so Sophie Sparks comes out. And now inbounding the ball is Reagan Kramer.
Cameron Turner at the top of the key. Contested three is good. Cameron Turner knocks it down.
Is down to 19. How about that?
I didn't think I'd be excited about us cutting it down to 19, but here we are.
Student section getting loud again.
And that's encouraging to see. As Cameron Turner steals the ball, gives it to Reagan Kramer. And she's going to give it back to Cameron, let her go to work. Reagan Kramer for three. Contested three is just off the rim there. And it's all over the place as Anderson gets the ball. Finds Riley Poulter, almost turns the ball over, but they corral it. Riley Poulter gives it to Taylor Russell, driving inside. Almost travels there. Washburn Rule fans want the travel. Reagan Kramer driving inside, and Campbell Bagshaw is going to pick up the foul there. Her first personal foul.
If you're just joining us here, Washburn Rule ahead of the Seaman Vikings, and this one just under 3 minutes to go. 59-40 is our score.
Getting a little bit of success from behind the arc as we should get a three, and Reagan Kramer missed all of that. And that's going to stay Viking ball as it is tipped out of bounds by the Junior Blues. Reagan Kramer throws it in to Poulter.
If anything, these last few minutes for the Vikings, there's just building confidence for the remainder of their schedule.
Finds Anderson, who drives inside, gets the layup to go. came in hot with that layup and got it to go. 17-point game here at Seaman High School. Reagan Kramer with the steal. Can't get the layup to go. Junior Blues with the rebound, and Anderson on the foul there. Was not letting her get away. And this one, Josh, I think is out of hand at this point. 20-point lead with under 2 minutes to go.
I'm afraid so. I am afraid so. Vikings cut it to 17, but just can't get it quite much lower than that.
And as a Viking fan, this is not what you want to hear.
No, it's not. But I still think this team has a bright outlook and a good future ahead of them.
And if you are disappointed and you're a Viking fan and you wanted to see a win tonight, and if you want to go see a win, you can head down to Wichita, Kansas to go to the Valley Center tournament to watch the boys play in a 3-day tournament. Was the runner-up last year and hope to bring home the championship this year, as Troy Duffy and Kobe Bonner are both seniors, along with a bunch of players on that squad. It'll be a fun tournament to watch.
That's right, and if you want to see the girls back in action, they will be playing next week.
Substitution there for the Lady Vikes. Megan Skoke not looking to come back into the game. Smart move there by Coach Tinsley. However, if we're going to talk about injuries, Dean Wade recently comes back for Kansas State. That'll be good to look at for the later season, as Riley Poulter misses all that three. Anderson fouled on the layup there, going to the free throw line to shoot 2. Try to make this a 20-point game. I would love to see the Vikes close this out and have it under 20 by the end of the game.
I would like to see it 16 or less.
First free throw just in and out. Can't get in more in than that. Second free throw no good either, as Anderson corrals their own rebound, and that's going to be a turnover for the Vikes. And we got some yelling coming from the crowd. Don't quite know who that was, but weren't happy with that call.
That was the right call from our perspective, but
Junior Blues trying to get some last points here. Anderson with some great defense there, and she's going to turn the ball over immediately after great defense there by Campbell Bagshaw. A little bit of a tongue twister there.
here it comes, another round of substitution for the Vikes, possibly if we get another stoppage in play.
Maddie Steiner drives inside, gives it over to Riley Cowan, who can't get this jumper to go. Haven't been able to get a shot to fall as of late, as the Junior Blues bring the ball up. Sophie Sparks playing some great defense there. Just trying to hold the ball, I think, at this point. Never mind, they're going to be a 3 there. No good, but the putback is good by Conklin. There's going to be a timeout, or no, substitution by the Vikes. Bringing in some of their JV players to get some experience there, as the student section is diminishing now down to only 9. Not what you want to see if you are a Lady Vikes fan. But as we conclude this game, Sophie Sparks gets another layup to go to make it a 22-point game. And as the seconds wind down here, you hear the buzzer. The Washburn Rural Junior Blues take us here 66-44. Not what we wanted to see at all. Not the game I was expecting at all. And this ruins the Viking home court undefeated season as they lose by 22 points. Definitely a concern to talk about in the locker room going into next week.
Yeah, and I really thought that Coach Tinsley was going to get this team organized at halftime. His comments throughout the first half seemed pretty positively focused. He was trying to get the girls to communicate better, and there was a lot of frustration, especially on the defensive end. But I think where they needed it most was just converting offensive possessions into scores. We just did not see that tonight.
However, Cameron Turner did have a little bit of a stretch there at the end in the fourth quarter, just a little too late to get anything started. But as we go into next week, we can see if they will get another win. But we thank you for tuning into this game. Again, the final score is 66-44. Thank you for tuning in to the SVTV broadcast at Seaman High School.
Have a great night, everyone.